Hey guys, welcome back Rico's Way. I've been gone for a minute, was out of town, changed the background a little bit, a little flip it up. I appreciate the feedback you guys constantly keep giving me. I'll keep tweaking it until we get it right. So I was at Car Week. That was a big dream of mine, to take my 240SX down, park it on Ocean Avenue. After that, took my wife to Japan, did some traveling. Also, I was able to introduce her to my RWB family in Japan. That was a big deal. Do you mind? My dog. You done? All right, cool. Big thing, I was able to introduce her to my RWB family. That was huge for me. Great stories. I hope in the coming videos to be sharing with you about Car Week and also sharing you about my stories from Japan. Again? Now back to the channel. I'm really excited to be back and be sharing with you again. You know, while I was in Mount Hakone in Japan in the onsen, relaxed, chilling out, I started thinking more of what the direction of this channel is and what I want to share with you. You know, I want to share, of course, car projects, car builds, all the exciting things that we look on the gram daily. And at the heart of it, I just want to help you get ahead. I want to share with you what I've seen and learned. And right off the bat, I want to be clear to kill all the noise that you hear online or in the media. There's no difference between being broke and making it in relation to your age or generation. Broke is broke, making is making it. You know, it's normal for your generation to criticize the one that's coming or the one that's in front of you. Every generation feels they did it the best or they worked the hardest. But the truth is that for every year, it's getting harder. So it's always going to be more difficult for someone that's coming behind you. After the war in the 40s, you could come home, you could work pumping gas, or you could work at your local factory, and you could buy a home. You could buy a home and you could start a family. You know, your wife would be home raising your children. One income was enough to have the American dream. You know, you had the house with the white picket fence, you had a brand new car in the driveway, and you had a wife and children. Now in 2019, people are living with their parents longer. They're even raising their family in their parents' home. Also, people are not getting married because it's taking longer to get stable in their career. So being a homeowner now is something of a fantasy. Now that's a drastic change over 60 plus years. But it had already started with my generation. After high school, through college, and after graduation, you would stay home. You would wait till you grew roots in your new career, became stable, you would leave the nest and you would buy a house. Nobody left to rent. Why would you rent? You would just stay home. When I was a teenager, I would hear how my parents left their homes at 18. You know, it wasn't just them, that was a norm. You know, with your young energy, you would get out in the world, find a career, find love, and the rest is history. Now, when you listen to the stories of the past, it can sound that it was easier. to make a living that not a lot was required. But don't forget, I'm not mentioning college degrees. College degrees were only for the wealthy or the upper middle class. So I'm not even touching on the upper crust. I'm just talking in general what it took to be part of the middle class. So are all the stories about how good it was? Of course not. There's many stories of hard sacrifice, extreme dedication, fighting the odds, working long hours. Remember, they did all this on their own, without the shelter of their parents. It took a lot of guts to go out into this world. So I would do something that I've always practiced. Listen to your parents, talk to your elders, talk to people older than you, people that were successful or not successful. Take this knowledge and put it in your toolkit. You know, that's something my mother had always told me. Build your arsenal. So be thankful that your parents worked hard to provide you this life. It's a privilege to be alive. You're here, the clock is ticking. And that's why I feel a desire to share my wisdom that I've gathered over the years. You know, your time is much more valuable than it was for me. I could afford to make many mistakes, but for you, it's more strict. You know, with each time you trip or fall or you stop to take a rest, when you get back up, that goal you're looking at has moved farther away. So I hope to share things with you that will help you stay on your feet. Well, guys, I hope I didn't go too deep with you guys on this one, but I wanted to share with you how I think and move. You know, having a YouTube channel is pretty personal, so I think it's okay to share. Now, next week, let's jump in the car week. I'll pick it up the pace. I'm going to share with you guys why I keep going. Hopefully, you're going to hear something to make you want to go next year. And this has been Rico's Way. Peace.